What was the most disappointing Christmas gift you saw someone get? 1. When I was about 8, my mom had married my stepdad, who ended up being the man I now call dad. We had visited his parents a few times, and I had noticed that Grandma V didn't seem to like us stepkids much. She never even said hi to us. On Christmas Eve, we all went to Grandma V's house to exchange gifts. The adults started passing out the gifts from Grandma V to the kids. My cousin Rhonda got a Barbie doll, and cousin Debbie received an Easy Bake Oven, and so on. Then, my Aunt Jean handed me my gift from Grandma V. It was really small, and I wondered what it could be. I opened it and couldn't hide my disappointment. It was a single die-cast metal car, like a Matchbox car, but the cheap kind that comes in a pack of 3. Each of us stepkids had received one car from the same pack. That's when I realized Grandma V didn't just dislike us, she hated us. My mom was furious, and we left shortly afterward. A few days later, I overheard my mom on the phone with Grandma V. She said, "I'm sorry, V, but no, we won't be coming over for New Year's." Why? Well, it probably has something to do with the way my children are treated. Of course, he knows, he's the one who told me to call you. My mom called my stepdad to the phone, and he said, "Mom, what you did to those kids was mean. They may be kids, but they're not stupid. They think you hate them, and they don't know why. They were always good at your house. So, like we said, we aren't going to be there. Accept my kids, or don't have me around." Then he hung up the phone. My heart swelled. That's the day my stepdad truly became my dad. 2. I am a professional Santa. I do TV commercials and movies. One Christmas morning, I was leaving a local hospital where I had delivered presents to patients who were stuck there for the holiday. As I was leaving, a young girl approached me with tears in her eyes and said, "Santa, I think you forgot my family." I asked her if she had been there all night, and she told me yes, her mother was very sick. I went over to speak with her father, who explained that his wife was terminally ill and he was working 2 jobs to make ends meet. He was just leaving to go feed his 4 children. As he drove away, I noticed his car was leaking water. I went to a local store and bought $1,000 worth of presents to deliver to 2 local hospitals. The store manager, Fatima, asked, "I thought you were done shopping for the year?" When I told her what was going on, she contributed $250 toward the gifts and gave me a discount on everything. She asked if she could join me, then reappeared dressed as an elf. We delivered the gifts together. The father wanted an address to send a thank you note, but I smiled and said, "The North Pole, of course." Later, Fatima went back to the hospital alone and gave the mother an Android tablet. Fatima's kindness restored my faith in people. 3. One year, I got a box of chocolate-covered cherries. I was so upset. I smiled politely and later gave them to my dad, who liked them. As I got older, I realized it was a well-wrapped gift that someone had carefully chosen, thinking I would enjoy it. It might have been all they could afford, or maybe they liked them and thought I would too. To this day, I feel terrible that I didn't smile bigger and appreciate the thought behind the gift more. 4. My wife's parents are quite a piece of work. When she was 13, they gave her a jar of pickles for Christmas. That was it, a jar of pickles. All the other children received lavish gifts. Even worse, when she was 6, the whole family sat around the Christmas tree opening presents. My wife picked a gift with her name on it, but they took it from her and handed her a different one. She opened it to find a sweater. At 6 years old, kids aren't excited about clothes. She put the box down, clearly disappointed, and her parents sent her to her room, giving her gifts to the other kids. To this day, my wife doesn't enjoy Christmas but makes every effort to create a wonderful experience for our children. We cut contact with her parents 15 years ago, and it was the best decision ever. 5. When my son was in middle school, his German teacher asked the class if they wanted to do a Secret Santa exchange. The kids were excited, and anyone who didn't want to participate could opt out. My son picked a girl's name and I helped him shop.